I'm here to talk about Management Information System 2, MIS 411. For the benefit of those who are joining us for the first time, last week we discussed about generally what information management is all about, give a brief definition of what information management is all about, also give reasons for organizations to actually get involved in information management of the organization. It's very important, it's very paramount that when any organization fails to put these things into use, it becomes a problem. Mostly when they find themselves in a highly competitive environment. It's very, very important. When they do that, if they fail to do that, then they are planning to fail. There's a general adage that says that he that fails to plan is planning to fail. So it's very necessary for every organization to get involved in the concept of information management system. It's very important. Now, we may ask, what are the characteristics of information? Just want to make a recap of what we did last week. That for every information to be useful, it must be comprehensive enough, as rightly said, must be detailed. All the informations that getting involved should be detailed enough, comprehensive enough, and apart how to be all the punctuality and the source of information. So it's very important. It must also be what? Be complete for every enterprise or organization. But today, because we're getting a little bit late, we shall talk about the use of information to achieve strategic goals and to gain competitive advantage. It's very important for every organization to get involved in information management. It has to be for a reason, for a strategic reason. Because when an organization finds himself in a competitive environment, then he will do everything that is possible to be relevant in that environment. Now, we ask, what is strategy? Strategy. Normally, it's a normal word we use. Strategy simply means your rules, or probably the ways or the steps you take to make your business relevant in your business environment. It will be different from how others are doing it, or trying to be a little proactive. Proactive simply means acting ahead of time, trying to do things faster than your competitors. Is very important. Now, we may ask, why do businesses need strategy? Now, for them to actually strategize, they need good information management. Good information management system is very important. When they have it, it becomes necessary for them to move ahead, to further ahead, go to greater height, and try to act ahead of their competitors. So, for the benefit of time, we'll talk about the strategic business objectives of information system, the strategic business opportunity of business system, information system, reality. Now, what makes information systems so essential today? You may ask. Why are businesses investing so much in information systems and technology? These are the questions you need to ask. In the United States, for example, more than 23 million managers and 113 million workers in the labor force rely on information systems to conduct their businesses. Very important. In Nigeria also, that's also taking huge. Now, information systems are essential for conducting day-to-day business in Nigeria, in every part of the world, even in the United States. Very important. And most other advanced countries as well in achieving strategic business objectives. When you have good information management systems, it makes you strategize for the future. Now, entire sectors of the economy are nearly inconceivable without substantial investment in information systems. Simply means every sector of the economy has to invest so much in information system for them to be relevant. Now, e-commerce, for example, firms such as the Amazon, you heard of Amazon, have the eBay, the Google, the ET Trade, simply would not exist. This simply would not exist. Imagine if this technology is not available, none of these companies will exist because they rely solely on information technology. Now, today's services like the industry, the finance, the insurance, real estate, as well as personal services such as travel, medicine, education, could not operate without information system. I mean, you bear with me, you agree with me. It's very important. Now, similarly, retail firms such as the Walmarts, you have your shop right here, some other big multinational shops. Now, they could not operate without information systems. Now, even manufacturing firms such as General Motors, General Electric, information required. All these companies of these great sizes will not survive if there is no information system. They cannot. Just like the offices, your telephones, have your filing cabinets and efficient tall buildings without elevators. were once foundations of businesses in the 20th century. Now, information technology is a foundation for business in the 20th century. Simply means any business that must thrive in this our time must actually invest heavily in what? In information technology. Now, you may agree with me that there's a growing independence between the firm's ability to use information technology and its ability to implement corporate strategies, yes, and achieve corporate goals. Now, simply means that for a firm that adopts information technology, which means that firm is actually ready for what? Business. So that's what you should need in this our generation to survive. Now, what will the business be like in 5 years? Often depends on what its systems will be able to do. It's very important. You must be proactive. Now, say increasing market share, becoming the high quality, low cost producer, developing new products, and increasing employee productivity depends more and more on the kinds and quality of information system in the organization. Now, the more you understand about this relationship, the more valuable you'll be as a manager. When you understand the relationship between information technology and the growth of your organization, then you know that this is what good to go. It's a good business. Now, specifically, business firms invest heavily in information. Solely speaking, they invest heavily in information system to achieve 6 strategic business objectives. Let me take it again. That specifically, business firms, companies, enterprises, multinationals invest heavily in information systems to achieve six SIX strategic business objectives. These are, you can highlight them in bits. One of them is called the operational excellence. Operational excellence. It's one of them, one of the goals. Operational excellence. You can have what? Have the new products, service and business models. 3, customer and supply intimacy. 4, the improved decision making. 5, and then the 6th one is the competitive advantage, and then the last one is called and what? Survivor. Let me take it again. Benefits of those. Now, say that business firms invest heavily in information systems to achieve 6 strategic business objectives. What are these objectives? In terms of operational excellence, we have the first one, new products, have the services and business models, have the customer and suppliers intimacy, you have the improved decision making, and then on the competitive advantage and what? Survivor. These are the 6 objectives for any business what? To strive strategically. Now let's start with the first one, operational excellence. Now, say businesses continuously seek to improve the efficiency of the operations. Agree with me? Every business owner, every business organization seek every morning and every day, every year to improve in the operations. And if they improve the operation, definitely they will make what? They will achieve higher profitability. You agree with that? Any company that improves its efficiency in their production, definitely will achieve higher profitability. Now, information systems and technology are some of the most important tools available to managers for achieving higher levels of efficiency and productivity in business operations. Definitely, you need information systems and technology to what? Improve. Managers need it to improve or achieve a high level of efficiency and productivity in business operations, especially when coupled with changes in business practices and management behavior. The world is a dynamic place. Because of the competitions, managers, companies, organizations, enterprises are trying to imbibe new ideas to enable them to survive, to make them act faster and more proactive than their competitors. It's very important. We'll make mention of multinational. Take, for example, the Walmart, the largest retailer on earth. Walmart in the US. Walmart, spelled WAL-MART. Walmart, the largest retailer on earth, exemplifies the power of information system coupled with brilliant business practices and supportive management to achieve a world-class operational efficiency. You understand my point? Look at the phrase. The what? Brilliant business practices and supportive management to achieve a world-class operational efficiency. You know what it takes to remain on top, to remain relevant. It's not easy to be on top. When you be on top, then you must do everything within your power to remain there. It's not easy to spend so much. Now, in 2005, precisely, 2005, let's make a recap. The Walmart attained more than $282 billion in sales. Can you imagine that? In 2005, precisely about 15 years ago, Walmart attained more than 282 billion in sales. This is nearly 1/10 of the retail sales in the United States. You know how big the United States is. $282 billion in sales. It says about 1/10 of the retail sales in the United States. Why? Because they have all the retail link, because of its retail link system, because of its retail link system. Well articulated, beautiful network, everything. Now, which digitally links its suppliers to every one of the Walmart in the United States. They have close to 5,289 stores worldwide. Wow, that's fantastic. They have over 5,289 stores worldwide, and it's increasing. As of today, they must have added about 1,000, if not for the corona issue. They must have added what? 1,000 to that. That's great. It's great. Now, as soon as a customer purchases an item, the suppliers monitoring the items knows to ship a replacement to the shelf. Everything is computerized. Everything works with system, well articulated system that makes life easy for them. Now, Walmart is the most efficient retail store in industry. Is the most efficient retail store in the industry, achieving sales of more than 28%, 28 per square foot compared to its closest competitors. Compared to its closest competitors. I want us to take it there, put it there. Now, what are we saying is that Walmart, being a retail, a retail shop operator, knows the importance of information management system. They know the importance. Now, you can look at the last statement. It said closest to its competitors, because you are in a world of strong competition. People are striving each new day to bring you down from your position. They do everything possible. So for every company, every organization, every enterprise that finds itself at this level of operation, you do all to remain there. But you need to spend. That's why organizations spend so much in management information system. Want to remain relevant. They wouldn't want their competitors to one day just come and overtake them. They want that computerized system, everything linked up directly, that the customer did not what make too many efforts in getting their product. It becomes easy. It becomes easy. So when you apply information systems, there's what it's called operational excellence. Yes, because everything happens at speed of light. Your mode of operation is so swift and so beautiful, and customers. Now we can take a clue. Maybe in Nigeria here, when you want to get a good from one of these online shops. I don't want to call it anyway. Get online shops. You just sit comfort of your home. Just make order. What happens? You have an eye. You get a product. Now, human wants comfort. We want what? Comforts. So each time we see these things happen, it gives us the leverage. That is, you tend to patronize those companies or those enterprises or those products that comes from these sources, because it makes life easy for you. Get the products at the right time in return. That's number one. That's what every one of the strategic position or strategic reasons why companies have to adopt in terms of information management into operational excellence. When you adopt information management system, your mode of operation will be in the excellent mode, because everything is done at the right time. Wonderful. Now talk about new products. That's some of the strategies. New products, like services and business model. Under class in the same category. New products, services, and business models. Now, information systems and technologies are a major enabling tool for firms to create products and services. Now, information systems and technologies are a major enabling tool for firms to create products and services, as well as entirely new business model. Yes, new business model. When you have good information system, definitely it gives you a room to create new products, good services, and a business model, a design model. I mean, a model simply means a process in doing your operation. Very important. Now, for example, in today's music industries is vastly different from the industry in 2000s. You get the point. The music industry, what to take as an example, is quite different from that of 2000. Now, Apple Incorporated transformed an old business model of music distribution based on vinyl records tapes and CDs into an online legal distribution model based on its own iPod technology platform. I believe you know this iPod. Now, instead of going to the studios to make a recording, they do it online. Just go there, you download, sharp, sharp, and get your words, get the music. Pay, make a payment. Instead of trying to get the CDs or get the cassettes or try to look for where do I get this show, but no, just go online, just download and get information at the fastest speed. And it gives you opportunity to select, to make choices because it's in your hand, You have access to it, And what about the product? It gives rooms for easy words flow of the product. The Netflix transformed the video rental businesses into a new internet-enabled business model, which makes over 60,000 DVD titles. Can you imagine? You know about the Netflix? Just go in there, they can watch as many you can access. It's wonderful. This is the second strategy. Now, if companies also want to have customers and supply intimacy, yes, when there's a good information management system, one of the strategy you want to achieve is also what good customer and supplier intimacy. Simply means there should be strong relationship between the customer and the supplier, between the customer and the what supplier. That relationship there. Now, when the business really knows its customers, when you know your customers and you serve them well, the way they want to be served, the customers generally respond by returning and purchasing more. Yes, they say to whom it is given. When you attend the customer very well, when you serve the customer very well, you always want to return back because he or she felt satisfied. You want to return back over and over because the services render is so fantastic. Now, this raises the revenue. By the time you have a good relationship, intimate relationship between the customer and the supplier, and it's joint, people are coming, people are patronizing. You know what happens? The revenue, the profit increases. Yes, that's some strategies. So a company wants to increase its revenue base, then one of the strategies for applying commission relationship is to actually create that intimacy between the customer and the supplier. It's very important. Likewise, supplier, the more the business engages the supplier, the better the suppliers can provide vital inputs. Yes. Now this lowers cost. This lowers cost. That if the relationship is not there, definitely you should know that you're out of business because the level of patronage will drop definitely. Now talked about three. First one talked about the operational excellence. Yes, let me go back. Operational excellence simply means when you want to achieve operational excellence, you must adopt information system management. Yes, it gives that excellent service delivery to your customers, and that makes your level of profitability rise because it's a good relationship. Then, if you apply information system, also it gives you the room to create new products, services, and business model, which is true. And talk about your customer and supply intimacy, which is the third one. Simply means that there's a good relationship between the customer and the supplier, and then there be increased patronage, and in turn we increase the profits of the organization of the enterprise. That makes business greater, not so that it will also be relevant with business. There's also what they call the improved decision making. Improved decision making. You can feel that where there's no information, you know there's a problem between different hierarchies, different levels of organization. Now, so we have three levels of organization: the lower, the higher, and the medium, and also the relationship between the company and the customer. Now, many business managers operate in an informal, folk bank, never really involving the right information at the right time. Now, instead of managers, they rely on forecasts, best guesses, and logs. The result is overproduction or underproduction. Simply means improved decision making. When you have an idea of what you are into, the kind of business you are, you're able to know products. You kept record of all your produce or the services you rendered. You make once in a while, you take stock. And how do you get the stock? When there's a strong information management system, gives you that room to actually see this thing done. Yes, if you actually want to create and improve your making, then every organization must imbibe the idea of good information management system. Now, let me go back. Let me make a recap because we've done so far. Today, we talked about the use of information system to achieve a strategic goal to gain competitive advantage. That was talking about the use of information system to achieve strategic goals and to gain competitive advantage. To do that, now, if you want to have a good business excellence, one of the goals are business excellence. I told you, if you have that, you want to achieve that for your organization, then you must buy good management information system. It's expensive, but you have to do that for it to be to gain a competitive advantage by your competitors, because that striving is there to do that. I told you of Walmart as an example. Yes, they had the greatest or the largest retailer on earth. Now, the profit they make. And when you imbibe this, when you get operational excellence, then you are in for business, because you have a lot of patronages, and then before you know it, you can make profits and live large. Is that not very important? Now, new products, services, and business models. Yes, if you apply good information management system, then you're going to achieve new products, your services, and your business model. You improve on these things because your flexibility is there. Your everything you need to create this is available. Every information you need to do that is what readily available. They have the customer and customer intimacy. Now, if you want to create a good customer and supply intimacy, then you must apply what you must have strategy, you must apply good management information system. It's very important because you come close to your suppliers, and there now be a good relationship between the supplier and the customer. Imagine that when there's a good relationship between the customer and the supplier, which means it's going to increase patronage. And if that happens, you're in for profits, you're making money because a lot of inflow will come into your works, capital inflow coming to your organization. Very important. There's some strategies. So if also a company wants to make an improved decision making, yes, you want to improve decision making, must also apply the concept of what? Management information system. This strategy. Now, how do you do that? How do you do that? You need to have a good record or a very detailed record or comprehensive record about your company activity. Keep them the invoices, the reactions from the external customers. By the time you have an idea of how your product or how your services is faring outside, as compared to your competitors, it gives you an edge to either improve on it or remain at that stage. Now, if you get response from a customer that this product, oh wow, it's really going away, people are rushing it, people are getting it, definitely what happens? There'll be high purchase, and then okay, this product is not selling well. It gives you an idea that there's something needed to be done to improve that product. And you go back, do your homework, rectify the fault, whatever it is, and then you go back to market. At this time, with information, you need to know where you are, where your weak points, and able to correct them. Because if you fail to do that, simply speaking, your competitors will take the advantage and just overshoot. And before you know it, a lot of companies have gone, they're out of the market because of such. Because a company that fails to have a strong information system, management system, well, it's a big issue. Except if they're all alone, there's no competition. Take for example, the telephone networks. How they, them about 4 or 5 of them. Now, you see one of them. If, for example, in your area where you have issue of network, constant network, like you do this webinar classes now. My area will not hear you. We don't hear anything. No. Time to be network will go. If I try to log in now, what network are you using? Oh, I'm using network A. Wow. What will call you? Go and get network B. You see, before you know it, people will drop network A and go for network B. And network A may not even be aware of this if they don't have a good management information system. But if they do, they will rightly do the corrections immediately, and then they'll be back to business. Yes, you've seen people do that. Say, man, that network, no. They used to do that, they used to do this. Yes, if you don't have a good customer intimacy relationship between the customer and your supplier or your company, it becomes an issue. So there must be good relationship between the customer and the supplier. Eh? Yeah. So that's that. So hold on for a minute. So it's very important. So for every manager, hello? Oh, time up. Okay, thank you. Okay. Hello. So on that note, ended.